Hello, my friend. It is Friday, our fun day, Friday, end of the week day. We made it through another week of the pandemic. Yes, yes. That's the way I feel. It's like, count those weeks off. We got through another one. I like to celebrate. So first we're going to do the topic of the day, which we did the other end of the spectrum the other day when we did the biggest quilt. Well, now we're going to do the mini quilts. So mini would be your quilts that are made with small blocks. That's the traditional sense of a mini. Would be like if it's normally a 12-inch block, you're making it 3 inches. You're scaling everything down small versus taking a 12-inch block and making it a quilt. That's not necessarily what most people consider a mini, but if that's what you got, show it. Because we're all about this sharing what you have. And why not? Why can't that be a mini, right? But traditionally, it's when you downsize everything. Just think about a dollhouse, and the furniture is all downscaled, rather than finding something full size that fits into the dollhouse. That item wouldn't be called a mini, even if that bowl fit in the dollhouse. It isn't in scale to the dollhouse, so that's why they're shrunk down to fit in scale. So mini is generally something shrunk down so that it's smaller, but still in scale to whatever, proportions. Okay, so that's a mini. We're going to see the minis today. Now, our socialite block actually has minis in it if you are doing the 3-inch size of the block. So I looked up what the block was. Now I forgot what the name of it is. Okay, so I think it's Gracious. I think the name of the block is Gracious. Here it is today. So this is with my Morrison Park, and I've used the pink stripe, pink and red stripe, sort of, yeah, it's very springy, or it can be very Christmassy, it can be Valentine. I love that. I love that you can take something like this. I can't wait to make some candy canes out of it. Don't you think? Don't you think you should make something with candy canes on it? Quick, right? Because Christmas is coming soon. So Gracious is I believe that's what it is. If not, you can correct me. I can't see my computer over there, and I didn't write it down. So this is the block. It's fun. It's a fun one to do. You'll really enjoy it. And if you're doing the 3-inch size for your quilt, it's going to be a mini quilt when you're done. That would be that whole block fit into this little scale. And this one would be a fun one to try, because if you don't worry about matching up all these points, if you can sort of let that go, then you could have fun trying this one as a 3-inch. I did open up the seams in both of the where I'm doing the blocks. Both times that I sewed the blocks together, I went ahead and pressed the seam open. And that just seemed to make it a little bit flatter, like that, a little bit more. All right, so I did something really weird the other day, and I did it just, I don't know whether you've done this before. I've probably done it before myself, but I washed my hair, and I was all done. I was getting out of the shower, and all of a sudden I realized I washed my hair with the body wash, not with the shampoo. And because I kept thinking to myself as I was washing my hair, this is more foamy than usual. It's not new. I'm like thinking, well, maybe I just wasn't paying attention before. But I thought, this is just foamier. Body wash. That's, oh, I'm sure it doesn't feel odd. So it's like I wasn't going to wash it again. I was like, no, I am getting out of the shower. That's that. So hair brought to you by body wash today. Oh, dork. Sometimes I'm just a dork. So I had a question yesterday about the jelly roll pattern and setting these units here on the end, setting these end units. Okay, so let's take a look at that, because there also is a video which I'll link below so that you can go see the video for both this one and this one that Kimberly Jolly did for the Fat Quarter Shop. They're both done from a few years ago, so I linked that. And when we start sewing these, I'll keep that linked. So for those of you who jump in at any time and you want to watch the video for the tips. So this is made in my Morrison Park. So I'm trying to get this lighting over here, not to be messing up. All right, so when you're doing this, let's come in here. I could move my coffee, that'd probably be good, right? So what you want to do to center it is fold the strip, fold the strip and crease it. I'm going to lose this patch over here. Fold the strip and crease it, and then take your triangle and fold it and make a crease. And then place one crease over the other. So there you go. You're matching the creases. Simple, right? Totally simple, nothing earth-shattering. It's not rocket science. But if you don't do that, you end up with what I have, is that I wasn't thinking as I was sewing, and I just lined it up on the edge. I forgot to center it. So this corner's right on the edge, and this one's further off. Somebody said to me, was I going to undo it? Well, if I am going to use this, I absolutely need to undo that, because otherwise the block is probably not going to size up correctly. It'll probably be too short, because when you put these other units on here, then you trim the block afterwards. So you have to be careful on these. It's not a big deal to center it. And I think after a while, you start to get good. You know, you start to say, okay, I know about how much has to hang off, because the sizes of your triangles do not change, and the size of your strip does not change. So after a while, you make that many of them, you're probably going to be fine and be eyeballing it, because 1/8 of an inch either way is not going to make a big difference, but 1/4 of an inch could make a difference or more. So that is the repositioning of that. So for those of you who want to see the whole video of sewing the whole thing, it's down below in the links under there. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button, because I'm trying to get all of you to subscribe, because it helps me with how my videos are shown here at YouTube. If more of you are subscribed, YouTube says, oh, people like her things, we'll show them to more quilters who are out there searching for things, and they can watch it too. So it helps me and my small family business if you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. You can click the bell afterwards and get notifications. For those of you who are having trouble finding the bell, look around for 3 little dots, because if you're on your phone, the app compresses everything, and so you need to be clicking the little dots open to open up options. It doesn't show you all the options like it would if you were on the web. If you go direct to the web from your tablet, you'll see options more than if you're using an app on your tablet. Okay, so that's the technical part for today, but I appreciate it if you would just subscribe. Thank you, thank you. That'd be awesome. Another thing that's going on that I want you to know about, and now I have an article today for the Socialite and some other things that are going on, and one of them is my friend Alyssia Thomas from Penguin and Fish, and a lot of you follow Alyssia. She does a lot of sit and sew videos, but she's an embroidery designer. You could find her kits like in Target. She's amazing. I love her. She's such a wonderful person. And what she did is, when there were a lot of wildfires going on in Australia and the animals were being affected, she designed this koala bear embroidery, which is so darling. And the proceeds of that, or part of the proceeds, would go to a charity. And then she had people send her embroidery, the embroideries to her, to put into a quilt to auction. And so she's done a cute little video with her and her mom sewing this. You can hear her dad talking, and maybe her husband in the background. And you see them. She took you through. It's not long. It's very short. But she cut through and showed you different times when they were sewing through the process, from her down to her doing the machine quilting, because Alyssia did the machine quilting herself. So if you want to bid on that quilt, which will be, all the money will go to charity. She's also doing several days of super chat on her channel, just like I have here on mine, where you can donate to me to fund all the fun things that I do. She's going to, for 3 days, I think, her super chat will all go to the relief money that she's collecting, the donation money. So I have a link down below to that, and I also have it at my website. So you can get to my blog today. You can get all the links there too. Now, I forgot to show you this yesterday. What was I doing? I don't know. But I have my triangle. Ta-da! My zigzag table runner with the pink. Look. I love it. I'm very excited about this one. I think it turned out really cute. Now I need to have like about 4 coffee tables in my house so I can display all the coffee tables I like, all the things I like to make. I actually have a credenza, and it's piled with junk right now. Like I need to clear off the credenza in the dining room, and so either this one or the car from the Bring Home the Christmas Tree will go on the credenza. But this will go to quilt. I'll probably do the wavy lines just to make it simple for me, because I'm having a little difficulty with the free motion quilting to sort of gripping, and particularly I end up doing it at the end of the day where my wrist is a little more tired, especially my left wrist. So first, we need to pick a binding for this, because I am not going to go buy one of these stripes. I refuse. The famous last words. Mostly I refuse because, you know, if I'd already ordered it, it'd probably be here. When I first started this, if I'd just gone out and ordered it, it'd been here. Now it's like, I want to make this. So I have 3 different binding options. Yes, they look very similar, but they are not. So I've got a zigzag, which, let's put this up here. So we're going to audition this and see. So here's a zigzag. Let me pull this in some so you can see. So that's kind of cool. It's on a slant, which means, you know, it's printed this way. You can cut any straight binding on the bias and get a zigzag, but often you'll find one printed this way. So there's a zigzag. And option number 2 is just the straight. A little bit more. There we go. So it's just the straight. So these are a wider stripe than in the line, which I don't care. And then I have this one that I've had forever, and I've rarely used it. You know, it's kind of like, saving it. Why am I saving it? But this, I like this. See, it's alternating a wide stripe and then a bunch of little ones. I think that is the ticket, because it mimics that these are not just an even, you know, they're multiple sizes, and so for me this mimics that more than just the evenly spaced. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, is this guy. So I don't know, what do you think? You like that? You like that idea? I do. I think that that's going to be it. So I'll do like the wavy line on this, and the binding. I'll probably bind it by hand too, because with stripes, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like, because I have a lot of like little handwork, like the sleeves I have to finish, and the labels I have to whip stitch those down. I have one quilt as you go that I need to sew across where I did the last 2 sections to go together. I need on the back then to sew the flap down, and I need to do those things. Since this is UFO Friday, because all Fridays are UFO Friday, I did not do much on UFOs last week, so this week I need to buck up, you know, buckle up, buttercup, and do the UFOs. So I did, and I don't consider anything I'm working on a UFO, even if it's sort of been in progress for like a couple of months. If it's in progress and I'm still working on it a little bit all the time, that's not considered a UFO to me. It has to be one that's kind of been sitting and waiting, like these ones that need the sleeves and things. So I'm almost done. Ta-da! I'm almost done with this guy, and that is the Coco. I think it's so cute. So somebody made this one of our friends in the group made this, and she said she's waiting to see how I finish it. Well, I'm going to finish it like I'm doing those little cross stitches, those little prim ones. So I'm going to finish it like that. But what I need to do is figure out, do I want a brown border, a red border? I need to look through my fabrics and see what I have that might be fun. Oh, I forgot to, no, did I forget that? No, here, this is the backing. Speaking of fun borders, that's why. This is the backing that's going on the zigzag. And I do have that red from, that had the Christmas words on it. I don't know where I put it, but that is what I use for the binding on the mini tree. So I could use that. That might be cute. And those words might actually be cute on here from that. Maybe that's it. Now I'm also still really in love with the basket. So I want to give you an update because, you know, you try something sometimes and maybe after a while you're like, okay, well, that didn't work as nicely as I wanted, but this has been working really nicely. What I do is I just put this in here, and then if I'm also carding along the lights, my neck light, I just put it all in here, and then I could just pick this up and I can go out to the living room. If it were warm outside, I could take it outside. But it's been chilly here in Virginia. It's not sitting outside stitching weather at the moment. No. So you're going to share your mini quilt today. You're going to decide on a UFO, of course, always UFO. You're going to make your socialite block, which I don't know where I put it now. Oh, here it is. Make your socialite block. They're so fun. They're so fun. These are all my Morrison Park. Oh, speaking of that, I'll link below. There's both of the kits now that are made up for Morrison Park are in. So you can go and pick those up. They make less than 100 of these, and both of them are under, I don't know, there's still some there, but they're, you know, because they just put them out. But they've been selling. So being that we make less than 100 of each, you want to be sure you get yours if you want one of my Morrison Park kits. All right, my friend, it's Friday. Have an amazing day, and thank you for using my links. I love you. Mwah. See you online.